This program is rated PG. It contains themes and scenes which may not be suitable for very young audiences. Parental guidance is advised.
Hello Philippines and hello world. Hi to the province of Oriental Mindoro down to City Collegian. We are here again and you are watching the Leadership Talk. I'm your host, Remar Muntalban.
Good another day to all viewers out there. Just sit back and relax with your host, Pauline Joy Beltran.
Our show presents the leadership that is very important to a wide range of audience.
Without further ado, let's take a look at this clip. Roll VTR.
What is leadership? According to Bernard Keys, Thomas, leadership is the process of influencing and supporting others to work enthusiastically towards achieving objectives. As cited the economics discussion.net stated the characteristic of leadership. First, a leadership cannot exist without followers. Second, there must be working relationship between the leader and his followers. Third, the personal quality. Fourth, reciprocal relationship between the leader and his followers. Fifth, there must be community of interest between the leader and his followers. Sixth, a leader guides his followers to achieve the goals of the organization. 7. Leadership is applicable to a particular situation. 8. Leadership is a shared function. A leader is also working along with his followers to achieve the objective of the organization. And lastly, leader has powers to exercise his followers.
That was an informative ride. I hope you gained some knowledge with that clip.
Yes, Pauline, I know that they were much aware now about the leadership. But for now, let's take a short commercial.
Leadership is not a rank. Leadership is not a position. Leadership is a decision. Leadership is a choice. It has nothing to do with your position in the organization. If you decide to look after the person to the left of you and look after the person to the right of you, you have become a leader. Sometimes you're the problem. We've seen this happen all too recently with our new men of science and empirical studiers, and these men of finance, who are smarter than the rest of us until the thing collapsed. And they blamed everything else except themselves. And my point is take accountability for your actions. You can take all the credit in the world for the things that you do right, as long as you also take responsibility for the things you do wrong. It must be a balanced equation. You don't get it one way and not the other. You get to take credit when you also take accountability.
And finally, after a lot of consideration, we have found an article that is big enough, professional enough, and most importantly, interesting enough to begin our show.
An overview of Dr. Manuel G. Luna III, Chief of Clinic of Oriental Mindoro Provincial Hospital. Dr. Luna graduated at Fatima Medical Center at Valenzuela City. He took his residency at Quezon City General Hospital as internal medicine. After he graduated from his residency training, he went to Oriental Mindoro Provincial Hospital to help his Comendoreños in 2012. After a few years, he became Chief of Clinic at that time up to present. Reporting, Maricar Mendoza.
To understand more about leadership, with the help of our special guest who have already had leadership experiences, someone from the Chief of Clinic to join us today and share his experience with us. Welcome to Leadership Talk. I'm Pauline Joy Beltran. It's a pleasure to formally meet you, Dr. Luna.
Thank you for visiting me here.
Thank you for making the time to speak with us today. I am Remar Montalban.
Let me give you an outline of what's going to happen. We are going to ask you a series of questions, and we are here to talk to you about your leadership experiences from your position as Chief of Clinic. We want to understand things from your perspective. After that, few questions are from our live audience. No right or wrong answers to any of the questions. Do you have any questions so far?
No problem.
We will ask you questions to help us identify details about you. We may ask questions that seem to be personal, but it is only so we can understand things from your perspective. Let's get it started. First question. What are the most important skills for a chief of clinic to have?
As a chief of clinic, dapat knowledgeable ka sa mission mo. Hindi ka paniniwala ng tao kung hindi nila nakikita sa'yo na you're deserving in that position. Also, you must have sympathy to the people around you. Hindi basta naiintindihan mo ang kalagayan ng pasyente mo. You must give them assurance na naiintindihan mo ang kalagayan na lalo na sa financial and health issues.
Next question, Doc. Who do you look up to as an ideal leader and why?
Mahirap magbanggit ng tao. Siguro kung may ideal leader akong tinitingala, yun ang father ko. His name was Manuel Luna Jr. He's a former judge noong araw dito sa Oriental Mindoro. Why him? Well, he's respectable and non-biased.
What values are most important to you as a chief of clinic?
Respect, lalo na sa opinion ng iba. Di lang ikaw mas nakakangat just because you are ahead with them. Respect each other.
In your own opinion, Doc, what should be the role of the chief of clinic?
The role of chief of clinic, syempre you are supervisory to the nurses and health allies. We want to know work of place ng mga nurses. Is it safe or wala bang alitan na nabubuo inside the workplace? Project the attitude of nurses. Of course, in accordance to Code of Ethics and Code of Conduct. Then, kailangan i-observe din ang maximum tolerance. Huwag masyado masungit sa pasyente. Kailangan i-check din ang sistema ng ospital sa pangkalahatan.
What was a difficult decision you made as a chief of clinic?
Tinatawag tayong first come first serve basis. Well, wala kaming ganun na less emergency. May mga patient na lumalapit sa atin para sa agarang serbisyo na hindi naman mahindihan. Pero hindi naman ikaw yung responsibleng tao to do the procedure in operation, check-ups or urgent medical treatments.
Can you describe a leadership challenge you overcome?
Mostly, complaint must find solution. Alitan sa pagitan ng magkakatrabaho due to workloads, personal na complaint sa trabaho, hindi naman mawawala sa trabaho yan. Kausapin both parties na i-settle the issues.
What is your most significant accomplishment as a chief of clinic?
During pandemic, kung paano namin i-handle ang mga patient by guidelines. Health protocols, inihahanda ang mga rooms na how we accommodate patients and how we divide our nurses para mabilis ang serbisyo.
Right now, informative interview segment has been done. I could see that everyone who is watching right now is also learning. The series of questions from the host ended here. We'll be right back.
Wherever you are, leaders are important. Whether it's to lead powerful organizations or just to make sure a group of friends are having a good time. Here are the 7 traits that all great leaders possess. Number 1, they radiate positive energy. There is nothing more important in a team than passion and the will to succeed. And having a positive leader is an important part of that. Sometimes I sign onto Facebook and I see these status updates that just reeks of negativity. These people are not good leaders, and more often than not, they are not very successful either. Great leaders radiate positive energy. Not only does that make them more likable, leading to more trust, it also boosts the team's morale. And countless studies have shown a positive relationship between team morale and productivity. Number 2, they have a proactive attitude. When something goes wrong, it's easy to blame someone else or to find out why it happened immediately. But great leaders put that aside. They shift their focus entirely on solving the problem. I used to be in charge of the takeout service at the restaurant I worked at. So basically, people would call to make their order, and my job is to make sure everything is packed and given to the right person. It was a really busy restaurant, so mistakes weren't that uncommon. This one time, after a customer came to pick up his food, I realized that we forgot to pack part of his order. I was fairly new at the time and I didn't know what to do, but luckily one of the owners of the restaurant was there, so I explained to him what happened. He didn't blame me. He didn't even ask how it happened. Instead, he told me to call the customer, apologize for what happened, and then tell him that we will personally deliver the missing part of his order to his house. At the end of the day, the owner sat down with me to talk about how we can prevent something like this from happening again, but he did it at the end of the day, not when the problem was still unresolved. Great leaders know what to focus on at any given point in time. They are proactive.
We are here again, and you are watching Leadership Talks.
Now, let us proceed to our next segment, and this is Leadership Talks Add-ons. In this segment, we have chosen from our live audiences to give their add-ons questions to our guests. Clear? Clear.
So let's welcome on stage Miss Jaira Domingo, Miss Dinah Rosa Lahid, and Mr. John D. Estoya.
Thank you for giving us the opportunity to ask questions on our guest.
Thank you for having us here.
Let's proceed with your question, Mr. John D. Estoya.
Good day, sir. Here is my question to you, Dr. Luna. What is your vision for the public service?
Upgrade the health service in Oriental Mindoro. Dahil kulang ang equipment, modernize the equipment. Dapat magkaroon ng health facilities sa ibang lugar dito sa atin.
Spell your question, Miss Dinah Rose Alahi.
What legacy do you want your constituents to remember about you?
Gusto kong maalaala ang mga good deeds na nagawa ko sa kanila.
And last, but certainly not the least, your question, Miss Jaira Domingo.
What can you say to those youth like us who also want to be a leader someday?
First, attitude and respect. Huwag niyong alisin yan. Kung gusto niyo respetuhin kayo ng mga tao, may matuto din kayo rumespeto. Yung mga values niyo. Kung nung bata kayo ay hindi kayo maganda, kung alam niyo ay mali ay huwag niyo nang dalhin sa pagtanda. Prioritize sa mga goals niyo. Tulong-tulong kayo upang ma-achieve ang mga gusto niyo.
We would like to express our gratitude to our special guest, Dr. Manuel G. Luna III. Thank you for taking the time to participate in Leadership Talks to provide ton of knowledge to many viewers.
Thank you.
I sincerely hope you take something away from our segment. Salute to you, Dr. Manuel G. Luna III. The Leadership Talks ends here.